Well, the first day of preseason camp is in the books. Bret Bielema joins us straight off the practice field. The sweat's still fresh. And, Coach, it was a fun day, wasn't it?
It was. Everybody gears up for that first day. Our kids were absolutely awesome, and all the preparation. Even last night, you could feel the energy in the room, and really looking forward to tomorrow.
Yeah, it's a situation where obviously your kids have been here for much of the summer. You just transferred out to the practice field today. Talk, if you would, about the leadership in the offseason, the carryover. You got to see them today for the first time in a while.
It's been awesome. You know, Chuck, we hit the field with 18 seniors that have been through a lot. I knew they won't. I talked to them last night, had a special meeting at the end where it was just them and I, and talked about what's in front of us. We're going to follow their lead in many different ways. They led out on the field today, and my guess is they'll continue to lead throughout camp.
Give us a sense of what a Bret Bielema fall camp practice is going to be like, maybe as opposed to what we saw in the spring.
You know, I think in the fall there's just got to be that more sense of an urgency to you. It's not okay to drop a 3rd and 8 pass. It's not okay to, have a fumble exchange. It's that clarity, that crispness, and a big thing that you're going to hear me talk about is consistency. We had a couple guys today come out and do some really good things. Well, tomorrow they can't come out and lay an egg because your coach is going to build around consistent play. And if you want to have a role, if you want to have something that is going to be exposed on game day and help us win games, it has to be there every day.
You got to implement your philosophy to a great extent in the spring. I wonder if you saw the carryover today.
A lot better than I even expected. I thought offensively, defensively, obviously they had some workouts during the summer that was, volunteer based. We couldn't be there. Nobody could be there, and you put it in their hands, and you saw by the recall, especially with our first unit, that was there. I think that kind of surprised me as a head coach, and I saw a lot of smiles on our faces of our coaches, and they were kind of sitting in the back. And then a couple, I tell you what, there's going to be some newcomers that help us, and that's always kind of nice to discover as well.
Now, Coach, as we record this, we're inside the new Fred W. Smith Football Center. This is one of the team rooms, and there's a lot of building and a lot of bonding and a lot of teaching in here.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Smith. We are grateful for this building. A lot of people contributed to it, and it's a first-class facility for us, not only to carry over what we just did on the field, but to bring it in here to meet, to go over the X's and O's, to watch film, to have it be in an environment that is really conducive to learning. The proper lighting in a space, it's almost unbelievable what we were in a year ago at this time, but better days ahead and got nothing to complain about.
As you've charted the course for the preseason camp, what are you wanting to accomplish early?
Find out, exactly where we were in the spring. If those guys that we thought were there were real players and continued, there's so many guys out there, Chuck, I know you've seen it, that have changed their bodies, for the better. Some guys adding 20, some guys losing 20. You find out where they're at, but then more importantly, you find out some of these new guys, some guys offensively and defensively, find out what their skills are, what their positives are, find out if they got anything that we got to be able to hide and be able to build a 70-man roster that can help you win.
A little hot this week.
It was. I knew it was going to happen.
Yeah.
July was all this nice weather. Everybody's suckering us in, and then bam, the hot weather strikes. But I think it's what we need, and obviously in our preparation.
Well, Razorback football is underway. The Hogs will be back out on the practice field tomorrow, and we invite you to stay with us. We'll cover the Razorbacks exclusively right here on Razorvision.